Assalamu alaikum, dear students. I welcome you all towards the new lecture of the day. Today we are going to discuss an important topic that is truly called the backbone of English grammar. Yes, students, our today's topic is tenses and passages. Dear students, before starting my lecture, I request you all to watch the video till end for the complete understanding of this important lecture. First of all, I would like to tell you about its four main types that are continuous tense, indefinite tense, perfect tense, perfect continuous tense. According to the time, each type is further divided into three more types that are present, past, and future. So in English grammar, there are overall 12 types of tenses. So students, let's start with the continuous tense. First of all, I would like to define it properly in front of you. When an action is mentioned as still going on is called continuous tense. I would like to take some examples in front of you, like I'm giving you a lecture, you all are listening to me, or she was living a good life. Dear students, before switching on to its first type, I would like to tell you about its identification. It's an English identification, whether it is present continuous, whether it is past continuous or future continuous, always fourth form of verb is used, or we can say first form of verb with ing, like playing, sleeping, eating, etc. Its Urdu identification is raha. Dear students, as we know that some helping verbs are used in continuous tense, let me differentiate them properly in front of you, as it is displayed that in present tense we use is mr, but it is used with all singular subjects like he is, she is, it is, or any third person name like Sana is. In case of are, it is used with all plural subjects like they are, we are, you are, etc. But in case of am, we use I am. Let's discuss its past. As we all know, was verb will be used, but with all singular subjects, as I have discussed in present, will be used with was. With all plural subjects, we use were. Let's discuss the future. Whenever we are talking about future, will shall comes in our mind, but we don't know its differentiation. Dear students, with I and we use shall. With all other subjects other than I and we use will, like he will, she will, it will, they will, etc. Students, let's talk about the division of a sentence, as each sentence can be molded into more three types that are affirmative, negative, and interrogative. What is affirmative? Affirmative is a type of sentence in which there is a simple positive statement. In negative sentence, in which not is used. In case of interrogative, we all know it ends with question mark and it is basically a question. But question has two types. The first type is it starts with helping verb like is, am, are, was, were, will, shall. In the second type, it starts with WH word like why, when, where, how. Dear student, let's take a start with the present continuous tense. But before discussing its rule, I would like to tell its Urdu identification, that is raha hai. So let's take a start with its first rule. Here you can see A is written in bracket. A means affirmative. In affirmative case, subject is mr, fourth form of verb with object. For example, he is writing a letter. Let's discuss its negative sentence. We know subject will be there, is mr with not, fourth form of verb, and object will be placed at the end. He is not writing a letter. It's an example. Let's discuss the I, that is denoting interrogative. As I told you that it is basically a question, so it is starting with the helping verb. Is, am, are, then subject will come, then fourth form of verb with object. For example, is he writing a letter? Now let's discuss the other type of interrogative, that is WH word. First of all, WH word will be placed first. Then all helping verbs like is, am, are will be placed. Then subject. Then fourth form of verb. And at the last, object will be there. Like, why is he writing a letter? Students, let's move to the second type, that is past continuous tense. Of course, first of all, I would like to tell its Urdu identification, that is raha tha. Tha will tell, yes, I am past continuous tense. So let's move to its first rule, that is affirmative. Subject, was, were, fourth form of verb, and object. For example, they were enjoying the party. Let's move its negative sentence. In negative sentence, subject with was, were, with the addition of not, then fourth form of verb will be used and object will be placed at the end. Like, they were not enjoying the party. Now let's discuss interrogative. Of course, helping verb will be placed at first, like was, were, with subject, with fourth form of verb and object. Like, were they enjoying the party? Now, let's discuss its WH word. With WH word, we use, of course, with was, were, but make it sure the sequence must be according to the given rule. Like, WH word will be placed at first, then was, were, helping verb will come, then subject will be placed, then fourth form of verb will be there, and at the end, object will be there. Like, why were they enjoying the party? Dear students, now let's discuss the future continuous tense. That is the last type of continuous tense. But before discussing its affirmative, let me tell you about its Urdu identification. That is raha hoga. Hoga is telling here that yes, I am future continuous tense. Now let's take a start with its affirmative rule. That is subject, will be, shall be, fourth form of verb and object. As I told you earlier that how will and shall will be differentiated. The example in front of you is, I shall be reading a book. In negative sentence, we use subject, will not be, shall not be, fourth form of verb and object. For example, I shall not be reading a book. In interrogative, will, shall be placed at first as they are helping verbs with subject, then be will come, then fourth form of verb will be there, and at the last, object will be placed. For example, shall I be reading a book? Now let's discuss its WH type. In WH question, we use WH word with will, shall, with subject, with be, fourth form of verb plus object. For example, why shall I be reading a book? Dear students, I want to tell you one thing, that be careful about the sequence of each type. Dear students, now let's solve the activities together. As you know, we are studying continuous tense. Let's move to its first activity. So kindly be attentive and be vigilant. Dear students, here you can see the first activity in front of you, in which you have to identify the tense. It is so simple and so easy. Let's start with the first sentence. The first one is, the beggar was counting coins. Of course, you can see the highlighted helping verb. According to it, it will be past continuous tense. Number 2, I am taking rest at the moment. Here you can see am is there, so it is present continuous tense. Number 3, he will be going to Lahore next week. Of course, will be is there, then it is future continuous tense. Number 4, is the nobleman looking at you? So it is present continuous tense. Number 5, people were not going to airport. Of course, What is there? That it is past continuous tense. Number 6. Will the mother be making breakfast? So it is future continuous tense. Number 7. Was she purchasing household items? So it is past continuous tense. He is cleaning his car. It is present continuous tense. Number 9. The good man will be giving alms. So it is future continuous tense. Teacher was teaching mathematics. Of course, according to helping verb, it is past continuous tense. Dear student, you can see in whole activity, focus on the helping verbs. According to helping verbs, you will categorize the each type properly. Students, let's move on to the activity number 2, in which 2 words are given, and with the help of the direction mentioned in the bracket, we have to mold the sentences. As the first one is lock cupboard. Now with the help of these 2 words, we are going to construct a sentence, and it must be negative present continuous tense. Now we are going to arrange it, and how the sentence will be: Hina is not locking her cupboard right now. Let's move on to the second one. Take photograph. And it should be in interrogative past continuous tense. How the sentence will construct? Was Hina taking photographs last month? Of course, interrogative is there. Then we are going to add question mark. Now, count coin. According to these words, we are going to make an affirmative future continuous tense. So, its answer would be, you will be counting the coins next day. Students, you can see the activity number 3 in front of you. And the question is, we have to transform or change the sentences as directed in the bracket. Let me tell you one thing, that we are going to change it according to sentence, tense and number. So let's solve the first category, that is according to the sentence type. So the first sentence is, the boys are running fast. Now we are going to change it into negative. The boys are not running fast. Number 2, Ali was not watching TV. Now we are going to make a question, change into interrogative. So in question form it will be, was Ali watching TV? Number 3, is she asking for candy? Now we are going to change it into affirmative. So it would be, she is asking for candy. Now let's move to the second category, that is according to the tense. So Fatima was baking a cake. Here it is written, we are going to change this sentence into future continuous tense. So Fatima will be baking a cake. Number 2, you are writing an animal story. Now we are going to change it into past continuous tense. Of course, when we are going to change its tense, we are going to change the helping verb. So it will be, you were writing an animal story. Number 3, Sabah will be going to market. Now we are going to change it into present continuous tense. So will be replaced with is. Sabah is going to market. Here is the third category, that is number type transformation. It means that we are going to focus on its number, that is singular or plural. As the first sentence I am reading in front of you, my brother is flying a kite. You can see the direction that we are going to change it into plural sentence. So brother will be replaced with brothers and kite will replace with kites. So my brothers are flying kites. Number 2, the teachers are punishing the students. Now we are going to change it into singular. So the teachers and students will be our focus. We are going to make it single. Like, the teacher is punishing a student. Number 3, he was drawing a picture. Now we are going to change it into a plural sentence. Here you can see he is there, so it will be replaced with they. And picture will be replaced with pictures. So its answer would be they were drawing the pictures. Now let's discuss the fourth activity in which we are going to translate the Urdu sentences into English. But students, be careful about its appropriate tense and identification. As the first one is in front of you, वो दरिया में गोता लगा रहा था. Here, tha is telling that I am past continuous tense. So its English would be he was diving into the river. गोता means diving. क्या तलबा स्कूल को सजा रहे होंगे? होंगे. Focus on होंगे. So it will be future continuous tense. Will the students be decorating the school? And of course it is interrogative, then don't forget to put a question mark at the end of sentence. Number third, अम्मी कपड़े नहीं धो रही थीं. Focus on थीं. So its English would be mother was not washing the clothes. Number four, मैं इधर उधर फिर रहा हूँ. हूँ. Here who is telling that it is present continuous tense. I am wandering here and there. Number five, तुम बाग में क्यों खेल रहे हो? हो. It is telling that I am present continuous tense. Why are you playing in the garden? मैं आसमान की तरफ कब देख रहा हूँगा? Of course, होगा is there. It will be future continuous tense. When shall I be looking at the sky? क्या चौकीदार घर जा रहा था? Was the watchman going home? And of course, it is interrogative. So at the end, don't forget to put the question mark. अली पुराने सिक्के जमा कर रहा है. कर रहा है. It is telling present continuous tense. Ali is collecting old coins. Students, here is an interesting activity for you because this activity belongs to your personal action. In this activity, you can see the timing. Now, look the instruction of the first table that with the help of past continuous tense, you are going to describe about your yesterday's activities in the mentioned timing. If I ask you a question that what were you doing at 6 a.m., at 8:30 a.m., at 3 p.m., at 5:30 p.m., at 9 p.m., it means from morning till night. These will be your personal activities. Some of you will say that I was sleeping at 6 a.m. I was reciting the Holy Quran. So students, pen down your activities with the help of past continuous tense with the mentioned timing. Now, let's move to the next instruction in which you will describe your 5 actions regarding tomorrow. Means with the help of future continuous tense, you will tell your activities like I shall be playing, I shall be doing shopping, I shall be studying, I shall be going to school, I shall be taking lectures, and many, many more. Now, see the next instruction. That is the last part of this activity in which with the help of present continuous, you are going to write the 5 actions that you are doing right now. It could vary from person to person. Like if I will say, I am writing, I am thinking, I am feeling thirsty, I am learning new lesson, I am reading a text, and many other as well. So students, in this activity, make it sure you are going to tell your own behavior, your own activities regarding present, past and future. Now students, it's the last activity of Dear students, here is the last activity in which a particular sentence is given to us, that is, he is calling his friend. So students, you will transform this sentence into all categories of present continuous tense, past continuous tense, and future continuous tense. As in affirmative, we shall change this sentence, he is calling his friend. In negative, he is not calling his friend. In interrogative, is he calling his friend? With WH question, why is he calling his friend? Now let's move to the past continuous tense. In affirmative, it will be he was calling his friend. With negative, he was not calling his friend. In interrogative case, was he calling his friend? With WH question, why was he calling his friend? Now students, let's move to the last tense, that is future continuous tense. Its affirmative would be he will be calling his friend. In negative, he will not be calling his friend. With interrogative, will he be calling his friend? And under the heading of WH question, it will be why will he be calling his friend? Now, I truly expect that you have got an idea of this tense. Please try to avoid cramming and try to develop your concept. So your assigned task is displayed in front of you, and your assigned task is you are going to fill all 5 activities with the help of given answer copy on your workbook. Kindly make it sure that your written task is tidy, elegant and mistakeless. Thanks.